Hard work. Hard work. Hard work. Work. There you go. Hard work. Work. Everybody doing it right. Hard work. Work. Hard work. That's what they say. Hard work. 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 Earn what pay. Hard work. Work. Hard work. Do it every day. Hard work. Work.
3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
Good evening, everyone. Al Flores here with TalkOne Radio. You're listening to Brown Bag News on the TalkOne Radio Network. Good to have you here. I'm happy to be here. And happy that you have decided to join me tonight. We got a big show. I'm going to be talking about some things that aren't so savory tonight, unfortunately. But we'll get to that in a few minutes. It has to do with Sun City and some anonymous letters that have been going around. Sent to several people, unfortunately, but just as a teaser, we'll talk about that here shortly. What I want to do first and foremost is try to help a business that just opened up within the year. Buford Drug Company, just outside the Oakity Gate, provides great service, family-owned and operated. They offer drug compounding service, free delivery, and they also have an old-fashioned soda fountain, ice cream fountain, I should say, and charcuterie boards, snacks for purchase. You can't miss out when you're dealing with Buford Drug Company. And by the way, they give out free vitamins. So, hey, if it's free, it's for me. That's the mantra here in Sun City. Prescription transfers aren't a problem at all. They handle everything for you. You fill out a quick form, sign it, boom, they take care of everything. It's old school service, folks. So you can go over there, talk to the pharmacist. There's no hustle bustle. And again, this is a local business. You want to support them 100%. You call them today at 843-707-7077 for great service and excellent pharmacy products. They have CBD and all that other good stuff for those of us that have trouble sleeping, for sure. My good friend Jeff Zapp, the JeffZappShow.com, every Tuesday and Thursday starting at 7 o'clock. Great content and inspirational for sure. I got to mention that I'll be on the Jeff Zapp Show next Tuesday at 7 p.m. So be sure to tune in to Jeff Zapp's live show on Jeff Zapp, that's 2 P's, show.com. 7 o'clock, we'll be revisiting old partnerships and having a couple laughs and talking about news that strikes our fancy. So be sure to tune in and let's see my big mug and hear Jeff and I cut it up a little bit. All right, next is Beaufort County House of Cards. Your host is Mike Covert. Catch him on Thursdays on Facebook, YouTube, and other platforms as he brings the inside word on Beaufort County politics and the underpinnings. Not so good stuff sometimes coming out of there. He's got the inside line on a lot of the politics of what's going on in the Beaufort County Council. So, and the South Carolina GOP. I mean, he's last couple of shows, he's been laying on Kevin Henley pretty hard. I don't know the guy, never had, from the sounds of it, it sounds not so good. No bueno. Let me see, whatever. Keep a lookout for Big Patriot Radio. It's coming soon. Mike's putting that together. He's going to have music, news, and more. I think he says music, blues, and news, and more. So hopefully we'll have a slot on his Big Patriot Radio coming up. But, and we'll still, my format's not going to change. I'm still going to be talking about Sun City and Bluffton and the surrounding areas. And we'll get into some national news too that kind of gets under my skin when I read it. But other than that, that's it, with the exception of this. We have a bunch of supporters that run about 3 minutes of commercials about halfway through our hour or so together. And one of them is Joe's Classic Cuts, Haircuts and Shave Parlor over on Johnson Way in Bluffton. If you've never been there, you're missing out. I'm sporting a haircut from there right now, by the way. Joe is, they're coming, Joe's Classic Cuts is coming to within a golf cart drive from Sun City. That's going to be announced soon. And we'll have the owner, Joe Gancio, on the TalkOne Radio Network, Brown Bag News, and he'll be busting forward with all the information about that. So we're excited about it because then you don't have to drive all the way into Bluffton. If you live here in Sun City, outstanding service, great haircuts, and no nonsense. Plus, you can pick up, you can have a cocktail while you're there, by the way. You know, he's got a full bar, basically, donated stuff. He doesn't sell anything there. That would be illegal. But he has pops, non-alcoholic stuff for those. And we're waiting for that. That'll be great. Golf cart right away. That's A-okay with me. So just one more thing before we get into this other story, which, I hate to even bring it up because it's so negative. I've been following it a little bit. Some of the comments on Facebook have been really pretty outrageous, if you ask me. But, this is exactly what we have to diffuse and defang this kind of crap. Because, I don't want to go into it. Let me stick with this amazing fact. A friend of mine put this on Facebook, and today everyone's age today is 2022. And did you know that today the whole world is of the same age? Today is a very special day and only happens once every 1,000 years. Your age plus the year of your birth, every person will equal 2022. It's so strange that even experts can't explain it. You can check it out and see if it's 2022. It is. It has been waiting for 1,000 years to do this. So, for example, I'm not 68, but the example given here is I'm 68 years old. I was born in 1954. So 68 plus 1954 equals 2022. Go ahead and try it right now. It's kind of a funny deal. I was like, what? So it's pretty neat. All right, let's get into this this darkness here is the best way I can put it. Now, someone made a comment, and I won't say who. I'm sure this person's a nice person. I mean, he obviously was a Democrat. I won't name names. Not going to do that. But on Facebook, he just thought that my stating that we were going to be talking about this tonight was a little bit over the top, and I must be wound too tight. But the fact of the matter is, and I'm going to show some of these letters so that you can see them. They're unnerving at the very least, and they're shattering at the very most. I just would like to speak to that person, and I'm sure they know who they are, and just say, look, if you receive these types of letters from some conservative, which I can't, I don't know. I guess we're all extremists if we believe in America and traditional values. Let's leave the personalities. Let's leave the T word out. I'm not a big fan of Trump, by the way. I'm not. I liked what he did. I thought it was great, but you can tell it must have hit a nerve in Washington because they still haven't left the guy alone. But here's a Democratic Representative Tim Ryan he's a Democrat from Ohio, running against Republican J.D. Vance for the Ohio's open Senate seat. He's gone silent after saying Democrats, Republicans, and independents must kill and confront former President Trump's Make America Great Again, MAGA, populist nationalist movement. I'll say that again. That was a quote. Kill and confront. I mean, what are we talking about here? I mean, this derangement is absolutely gone off the tracks. Personally, I don't know anybody that's a Republican has been painted as an extremist. I don't know any of those. I don't know these splinter groups, just like I don't know anybody in Antifa or BLM. But this guy, Ryan, called for voters to kill and confront the MAGA movement, even as more than 3.1 million Ohioans voted for Trump in 2020 and more than 2.8 voted for him in 2016. Quote, how do we fix all these broken systems? Some of those answers will come from Republicans, not the extremists that we are dealing with every single day. We've got to kill and confront that movement. And the rest of it is, but working with normal mainstream Republicans, that's going to be really, really important. Now, the fact that he said we've got to kill and confront that movement, not so good. The optics are horrible. I mean, if you actually think that because someone has a Trump flag or, likes Joe, or what's his name? Donald Trump. I was going to say Joe Biden. That there's some type of evil extremist. Let me make this clear to you. I don't know of any conservative that I've talked to or even independent that, kneels at the altar of Donald Trump. Now, there may be some people that do. And I think the fact that people kind of cheer Trump on, even though he's been out of office 2+ years, is the fact that it riles up people, the progressives, like it's like catnip or something. Now, I don't get that. I don't go. Joe Biden to me it's tough to watch him. I almost pity the guy because he's lost on stage. He's lost without the teleprompter, even with it. But hey, he's the president of our country. Do I agree with the direction he's going? No. But I don't have this wild, seemingly overwhelming fetish to kill and confront people because they like Joe Biden. I don't have that. I'm not into it. These politicians, it's a uniparty, folks. Let's not get excited. Democrats, Republicans, it seemingly doesn't matter anymore. How about Americans? How about America together? That's enough of my rant. Let me just pop some of this stuff on the screen. Now, if you receive these, I tried to sanitize them the best I could. So if you see an odd F-bomb in there, it wasn't something that I was, purposely left off. I was certainly trying to sanitize these things the best I could. Let me see if I can bring it up on the screen here. Yep, let me do this. Of course, it's well, I'll grab it later here in a second. Give me a moment. Okay. This is the the first part of the letter. I guess it's a 3-pager or something like that. But as you can see, I mean, some of this stuff is outrageous, absolutely outrageous. You can read it yourself. I'm not going to read it to you. Obviously, someone that's on the left and is a dyed-in-the-wool Democrat or liberal, progressive. What who knows? Who cares? The fact that these things are sent to residents in Sun City without, of course, they're anonymous. There's no way that anybody's going to sign their name to this. It's a flag. It's a hat that triggers these folks on. And like you can see in the last paragraph there, is, it's either you take the flag down or I will do the only thing I can do, and that is to cause you financial hardship. Now, why would you do that over a flag? All this stuff has been turned over to the authorities, and I hope they find out who's doing it and escort them off the confines of our property, because it's really unnerving. If I got this, I would be really upset. Just think of somebody that, because they hung a flag up, they're getting blasted. Now, if you got an opinion on this, you can call me tonight at 843-894-2151. We'll put you right on the air. You'll be right in here. And we'll talk about it. I want to know how you feel about this. How do you think that people should react? Now, the gentleman today on Facebook, he said, we're making basically a mountain out of a molehill. We got a one-off deal. Everybody's wetting their pants over it. Well, even if you don't you don't like Trump, but these things are put in your mailbox, either mailed through the postal service or put in the lower mailbox, what have you. Under cover of darkness, obviously. I'm not sure somebody would want to walk up and put something like that in your mailbox and see and be seen. But if you get an opinion on this or think of what these people should be doing and why nothing's being done. You have a right to, live your life whatever way you want. This still is a free country. And if you're triggered over a simple flag, hey, listen, our politics may not match. They may not meet. But that doesn't mean that we have to savage each other with these. It doesn't sound like it sounds like you're somebody that wrote this is wound tight. They're in need of some help, I think. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychologist. All I can tell you is that, any one of these letters, you can, Trump's a liar. Everybody else is a liar. But the only thing that's not lying is mainstream media and the Bidens. They're not lying. Everything is fine. But, I know there's a couple places, this group, the Indivisibles, they're pretty active in this. I'm not accusing them of anything, but he mentions the Democrats, the Sun City membership tribe. But I know they're not big fans of Donald Trump. We had a call, but no. We got a call. Let's go. Mark from Ohio. Go ahead. You're on the air.
Hello?
Hello, Mark. Hello, Mark. Are you there? You're in and out, man. I can't. Ring me back in. Ring again, please. I'll return you to the queue. Just ring back in. Okay. Well, that's encouraging. Please, if you have something on your mind about these letters and you think that what we should be doing about this, I mean, I'm not saying that we're all going to sit around and sing Kumbaya together, but we certainly should have some respect for each other as residents of Sun City. I mean, we live in a community. Whether you hang a flag that says "Go Joe Biden" or you hang one that says Donald Trump or Freedom for All or whatever, Black Lives Matter, it's a free country so far. Let's keep it that way. I mean, I don't have an issue with any of this stuff as far as, the election. I'm not going to, it's water over the dam. We're not going back, folks. Joe Biden's the president and that's it. I mean, I'm not here to debate that. Do I think that we can improve? If we have evidence that it was not a squared off election, then bring it up. I've been screaming about that ever since the early TalkOne radio days. If you have absolute proof that this thing was skewered, then bring it forward. I'm not talking about all these dog and pony shows, that the pillow guy put on TV and all this. Everybody's got absolute proof. Well, let's see it. That's my dig. Because I'll tell you what, my biggest fear is not so much what happened in 2020, is what's going to happen in 2024, November. I mean, if these elections are twisted in some way and we've all been fooled, man, I'm going to be crestfallen. I'm going to be heartbroken for this country. And you should be too, I think, because that's all we have is our vote. All this talk about extremists this and extremists that, it doesn't amount to a hill of beans in my book. I don't know any, conservative extremists. I don't know any. I'm sure there are. These cats that run around the woods, these fat guys that dress up in BDUs and all that. And those to me are extremists. But you're talking about people that just say, we're for America. We don't want America to be given away. And we want law and order. Hey, man, those are basic tenets of our society, I think. That's all. And I think you want that too, even if you're a progressive. And I'm sure you have your how to get there, the way to get there, the roads to get there. But hey, let's start talking let's have a dialogue about this insanity that we have, that, Trump is bad. If you believe in Trump, you're an extremist. Well, if you believe in Biden, you're a communist. I'm exhausted. I'm over it. It has jumped the shark with me, and it should with you. I mean, why don't we just, extend a hand just an inch towards each other? Let's do something with this country. We have a great country. We have freedom that's not found anywhere else in the world. Now, there's some that can make arguments to the fact that, some of these rights are being diminished under this administration. I don't know. So far, the only people that have restricted me are private companies that have the right to do that. And I'm talking about the social platforms. Hey, they own the keys to the kingdom. I can't argue with that. If they don't like what I have to say, they shut me down. They have. I was on YouTube jail for like 6 months over just some discussion about, the past deal in 2020. I don't even want to say it because I don't want to get nicked. Because the next one, they said, we're kicking you off the platform completely. I don't want to really do that. Let's see. Let's try to grab Mike back. Or I'm sorry, Mark.
Hello.
Hello, Mark.
Hello.
Hello, Mark. Can you hear me there? Mark, can you hear me?
Oh, I heard that.
Okay, great.
What's going on?
What's happening, my man?
Not too much. How you doing?
Good, good. You wanted to talk about people offended by the flag.
Yeah. What's I didn't catch all that because I'm going in and out, and people were offended because of the American flag.
No, because someone, I'll tell you, in our community, someone hung a Trump flag. I guess it was, a Donald Trump flag.
I got mine. I have my Trump flag. I'm the ultra MAGA.
Well,
and I just can't believe that. I can't believe people are triggered by that.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's manifests itself into these pretty hateful letters that were sent out to several members of our community by an individual.
That's just terrible.
Yeah, I mean, it's
I hope they catch the guys that are doing it or whoever's doing it, but the left has lost it.
Yeah.
The Trump derangement syndrome. It's crazy.
Right. And did you see in Ohio? Did you see in Ohio, Mark, that this representative Tim Ryan, what he had to say about the MAGA people? He wanted to that they must kill and confront these MAGA populists, the national movement.
Yeah, and he said he didn't want our vote, and I thought, well, that's good because you ain't getting it.
Right.
That's crazy. He just said that because he knew that it would rile up the left a little bit.
Right. Well, I see you're from Ohio.
I don't think there'd be much talk about the election if it wasn't for the abortion thing.
Right.
The ruling on the abortion.
How is that flying up in Ohio?
I rode in a golf cart today with the guy named Nids. You know him well.
Yeah.
And, he's pretty far out to the left. And he thinks it's okay what's going on at the border because he says everybody should be able to get asylum. It's crazy.
Well, are they going to stay at Nids' house or what? Is he going to give up?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Is he going to allow them to stay at his place?
I'm going to let you go because I can't hear you. I'm walking away from where I have to stay.
Okay, my friend.
Hey, so I'll keep listening, though. I'm listening to your show. Get at them, man.
Okay, bro. Thank you.
All right, bye.
Thanks for the call. All right, nice. How about some local people that call in? Our number is 843-894-2151. I'm going to take a break. When we come back, we'll move on. I just wanted to show. I'll leave this one deal with you just before I go to break. And this is one of the pieces that was in the letter that was sent. Now, come on. I mean, we don't need the kind of negativity, really. We don't need it. It's really unbecoming. We come back, we're going to move on. We'll talk about some other things that are happening in Bluffton. Not too many things on the scale for Sun City right now, besides this, what we just talked about. I'm surprised that we didn't get more people to call in to talk about that. All right, listen, we got one in. Let's grab this caller and see what's shaking here. Yeah.
You'd like to call me back?
No, go ahead. You're on TalkOne Radio. Go ahead.
Hello?
Hello. It's Al Flowers from
Hello?
TalkOne. Yes, hello. How are you? Can you hear me?
They're talking.
You bet your rules. Just calm down. Wait to see.
I can hear them.
Right. Wait till he
Okay.
says something to you.
I can hear you calling. How are you tonight?
Well, I can't really hear you.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Do you have me on speaker at home? You should be hearing me on the phone.
I can't hear you.
Okay. Go ahead with what you want to say.
Do you have my number? You can try calling me back.
Okay. Well, I'm a call screener talk show host, and I'll return you to the queue. Maybe you can work that out. And when we come back from commercial, I'll get right back to you. Let me give him a call back and just see if we can get a grip on this here. I hate to leave anybody out there hanging.
Hello?
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Barely. It sounds like you're in a cave. I can barely hear you.
Okay. Are you listening on another device at home?
I don't know if it's whatever it is.
Okay. What would you like to say?
What was that?
What would you like to say? We're waiting for you to.
Basically, the gentleman that got the first letter, he is a salt of the earth Christian guy, and his wife is just salt of the earth too. These people did not deserve that letter, and the other people don't either. And it's because they don't have Trump's flags. It's because they have Let's Go Brandon flags, which is allowed out here. It's no different than somebody puts out a flag I don't like. I'm a Steelers fan. If you put out a Browns one, I don't like it, but I'm not going to tell you to take it down or give you death threats or
Right.
anything else.
Right.
In the same way with other things that I do not agree with that have flags. They are allowed out here. And bottom line is, if you're going to be like that, you should not be in this community because you are threatening people. And that's the bottom line. I have never threatened anybody over a flag, over a sticker, over anything. And I'm a conservative.
Right. I agree with you 100%. Well, thank you for the call. All right, we're going to jump over. We're going to
Thank you for putting me on. It's just that
Sure.
it's one of those where it's all one-sided and everybody comes after conservatives because they say they're everything from Nazis to killers, whatever. And then when the left does it, I don't hear anything from my neighbors that are Democrats and liberals that this is awful. You won't hear it. They just put a blind eye to it and really say, well, that's just a nut. Well, guess what? There are nuts on both sides.
Definitely.
But when somebody comes after where you live, your home, your wife, your children, whatever, unacceptable, period.
Right. Thank you very much for your call. All right. Thank you very much for that call. I truly appreciate it. I'm sorry that you couldn't hear me, but I need to jump out for a break. Take about 3 minutes, folks. Grab something to drink. We'll be right back. You're listening to TalkOne Radio. Company was established in 2021 and is an oasis for all your pharmacy needs in Sun City and Bluffton area. The company enhances the well-being and livelihood of our community by offering quality pharmacy services, a refreshing soda fountain, and a unique gift shop that touches all seasons. Their staff is dedicated to making your experience a pleasure. Bluffton Drug Company. Local service you deserve and expect. Located right outside the gate near Oakley Ale House. Call or visit today. 843-707-707.
Fitness? Unsure of what to do when you walk into the gym? The eFit Club uses eGym and Matrix technology combined with personal training to easily guide you through your workout. It's the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to improve your health. The eFit Club is suitable for all adults, and our members are reporting amazing results. The eFit Club is located in Bluffton at the Belfair Town Village Shopping Center. Mention Alan or Roman of TalkOne Radio, and you'll receive a special discounted membership. It's your time to get fit. Change your fitness, change your life.
Looking for a barbershop with a traditional feel? Well, look no further. Joe's Classic Cuts Barbershop is the Low Country's place to receive a top quality haircut or straight razor shave. You'll enjoy a family environment where everyone is welcomed and the refreshments are on the house. Joe's is located at 23 Johnston Way in Bluffton and open 7 days a week. For old school service and quality, makes Joe's Classic Cuts Barbershop your go-to place for the finest haircut and shave in the Low Country. Call 843-757-5637 or visit www.joesclassiccuts.com today for your next appointment.
Are you tired of market losses and fees associated with the stock market? Would you like to be able to watch your money grow without the risk of any losses? Successful Seniors can help you secure your retirement income. There are no monopolies on good ideas, and in today's financial environment, it is important to get a second opinion and find out what prudent and informed investors are doing with their money. Call toll-free 833-814-0115 or email Doug at dougfair1@msn.com for a no-cost appointment.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, I'm back. Thanks a lot for indulging me in those supporters. Listen, if you go to any one of those places, and I highly recommend every one of them, please tell them that TalkOne Radio sent you, because they've been really great supporters of mine since the inception of TalkOne Radio. And, I feel obligated just to play their commercial because, they've been so good to me in the past, and, through thick and thin, basically we had to downsize quite a bit because, people are a little gun shy about the minute you say that you're a conservative radio station, they get pretty excited about it. And, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I just thought that this would be a wonderful platform that we could use to increase the amount of communication between groups of people that don't necessarily agree, both politically and whatever. I mean, and I don't kind of steer away from religion on this show, but I believe in God, and that Jesus died for me. I'm not going to shy away from that ever. But the fact that there's major differences in these things, and I think that just one little baby step forward could maybe break us open and help us, instead of just dismissing someone immediately because they have a MAGA hat on, or they have a Go Joe Biden hat, or, Build Back Better, or whatever. I mean, it's maybe time to have a conversation about that without calling each other names. All right, here we go. We got, let's go to the phones once again. And hi, Jesse. You're on.
Hi, Alan.
You're on TalkOne Radio. It's a pleasure to have you on board. You want to talk about the flags?
Hi, Alan. My name's Cindy. I'm not sure if you can hear me or not. I waited for the beep. Yeah, I'm calling because I have a real problem with cowards, first of all, not going through the mail system and sending these anonymous letters. And also a point is they would ride by houses and yell things. And I believe it's our First Amendment right. I have a problem, I'm a Christian. And so if somebody hangs a rainbow flag for gay pride or Black Lives Matter, I may not like the flag that they fly, but I have to respect it. And I can either choose to ignore it or I can choose to be an ass about it. And I just really think there's a lack of respect. And I don't like the fact that people can't express their rights within Sun City and it just be okay. When you give yourself over to demeaning people or threatening their finances or all that, and you don't even sign your name, I have a real problem with that. So it's just, I have some friends that are liberal. I don't necessarily agree with them, but I'm able to have that dialogue with them. And whoever this person is a big, fat coward, and I hope they're listening. And I really hope I get a letter.
You know what we should do?
That's it.
Well, thank you for that call. Maybe we should pray for this guy or person, I should say, not guy. I mean, I shouldn't make the assumption that it was a guy. But maybe prayer would help in this situation. I mean, like you said, you're a Christian person.
It's really hard to hear what you're saying to me because it's disjointed. But thank you for hosting this show, and I really hope that people, here's the thing: I may not agree with the flag you fly or what you believe, but I will defend your right to do it because that's America.
Right.
And I just really think that people are becoming wimpy and cowards, and they don't understand what this country is all about. Thanks, Alan.
Okay, thank you for the call. All right. Thanks, Cindy, very much for that call. That's it in a nutshell, really, what Cindy was saying is that it's disappointing that people will go to sneak a letter into someone's mailbox. I don't know if they, like I said earlier, I don't know if they used the U.S. mail. That would be really devastating for them as far as charges go, I would assume. But as, I don't agree with a lot of things, especially when it comes to sexuality that's going on in the world today. And I don't judge those people. I pray for them. And that's my philosophy. People may say that that's, you're being smug about it. I'm not. I'm being truthful about it. I'm not going to attack the person in any way, whatever their preferences are, or I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm not going to go after anybody about that. I'm sorry, but I will pray for them, and hopefully that they'll see the light and get a hold of themselves. We're pretty popular. Okay, welcome. You're on.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Hi, Alan.
Yes. Yes, please go ahead.
Yes, hi. I can barely hear you as well. So apparently it must be something at your end.
It's on my end.
I think you and the listeners can hear me.
Yes, definitely.
I just like to bring up, I think what's so upsetting about these letters is we can all disagree. We can all sometimes get a little loose with the tongue. Sometimes we go to bed at night and may regret it. Okay, we are all guilty of that. But I think the whole issue with these letters is that somebody has taken it, or a group, who knows, has taken it to a real serious personal level. And it's very, very upsetting that not only just one person, but there was two other people, none of which are connected from what I understand. It's not like they all belong to a club or whatever. That's the feedback that I have been getting. I also have been hearing, I have not seen it, but this is not the only time either. Other people have also received very threatening, very disgusting letters. And I think, like you said and other callers, we're humans and we can disagree. But when you personally go after somebody and you personally threaten them, that is taking it to a whole different issue, like I said, level. A picture of a gun to a president's mouth is very, very upsetting, because that tells me whoever this is, or a group of people, it could be a woman, we don't know. Somebody is definitely in that community who is not well. And who knows where they are or where they live or what's the next step. So I just want to give my piece on that. And I'm hoping that I actually would love to have seen Sun City issue a statement and saying this will not be tolerated, that we are all better than this. And unfortunately, I have not seen that as well.
Yeah.
So that's a little disappointing. But thank you, Alan, for bringing us to the forefront. And perhaps let's just hope things will get better.
Well,
thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your call. I appreciate you taking the time to call us. Please listen every Wednesday, and we'll be here challenging, issues as they come up. Please listen every. All right. Well, there you go. Feel free to call in, folks. 843-894-2151. I'll stay here as long as the calls keep coming in. I mean, I don't have to talk about this local news. I'd rather have you call in. I think I might have stumbled over the connection to make myself a little bit louder on these calls. I hope so, anyway. It would be great. But since there's no calls right now, let me move on with some of this stuff. I guess the Bluffton Police Department, of course, has lost their chief. I forget Price, Chief Price, as her last day is either. Well, it's coming up, I think, 14th or 15th of this month. And Captain Scott Chandler is the interim chief right now. The real question I have is this. It's the elephant in the room. Why can't we keep a chief of police in this town? I mean, you got great officers at work. Let's ask this question. Who does the chief report to? Is it the mayor? I don't know. Maybe perhaps a bit of micromanagement going on there. I don't know. I can't even get the mayor to say hello to me. I saw her in a coffee shop one time, and she just kind of blew me off. But that's okay. I mean, I wasn't very flattering of her, especially during the time when that musician that was painted red. When him and his brother went to Washington on J6, they weren't anywhere near any of that stuff. They were like in the back of the pack of people that left early, and that was that. So, I kind of blasted her on that, where, council person from the town was going after this guy. Eventually got him fired from his gigs. I don't know how that's serving anybody's. How about this one? A new one that just came out. I thought it was interesting. I just found it today. I didn't even know that they were talking about it. Beaufort County Council says no to driving carts on multi-use paths in Bluffton. I guess people over there in Hamptons and some of the other communities on Bluffton Parkway want to be able to drive their golf carts, but it's against state rules or regulations if the posted speed limit is generally above 35. or more, then you can't do it. But I guess they had a big meeting about it in District 7. Our man Logan Cunningham represents, and it includes Bluffton Parkway, East Buck Island Road. That's the fastest growing area in Beaufort County. That's a fact. And the people just want the connectivity and access to enjoy the same type of benefits that other parts of Beaufort County have. We don't have access to the same 35-mile-an-hour roads. And what I say about this is, I know where those bike paths are, and at best, they're 8 feet wide, at best. And now you're not going to fit joggers, people with strollers, children walking, bicyclists, cyclists, whatever, on there, and then throw a golf cart. How are the golf carts going to pass each other on this, opposite direction traffic? You're going to end up with somebody going off the path. Let's say they damage their cart. Let's say they roll it over. Let's say that they file a suit. Who's going to pay for this stuff? And plus, how are they going to get across the street if they want to go to Publix or Kroger's? I suppose they can, have an entry by the light and then cross over early, but how do they transition into the parking lot traffic? I mean, it's going to be a nightmare. I think just from a safety aspect, it's bad news. And I know that Sun City Cyclers, they provide, had a united front saying that there's no way that this should be allowed to happen. But it has been, what did they say? What did they do? They tabled it or something like that. It was a 5-5 deal. Hervishon, Larson, Larry McKellen, and Joe Passmit all voiced verbal opposition, but said they were voting yes to allow for a second reading and public comment. And that'll happen on September 26th. So, these in South Carolina itself, there's other people, other communities that they recommend. Fayetteville County Path City Design Guidelines recommended 14 feet for multi-use paths. I mean, that's at minimum, and 2-foot shoulders either side. I mean, who's going to pay for this widening just so somebody can go to, New York Pizza in their golf cart? And then now you start carrying kids on that thing, and you're buzzing along, crossing all 4 lanes of traffic. I don't know. I don't see it. When I had a golf cart, I very rarely went off campus here because I don't want to get mowed down. It's a regular demolition derby out here on anywhere near 278. Everyone knows that. I mean, it's a crash a day. We're lucky we don't have a fatality every other day on that thing. I'm nervous as in the service when I go on that thing. I try to time my drives off. I don't go anywhere near the island these days, but that's that. Hey, listen, talking about these alligators, we had that tragedy here in Sun City. It still reverberates, and I don't see many fishermen anymore. And maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. I was chased up a bank by a gator. I couldn't tell you how large he was. All I could tell you that when they open their mouth, they look like they're 12 feet long. And I don't know how long this little character was, but thank God he wanted a snack and not a meal, because when I dropped that fish, he came out of the water like shot. It was like he was shot out of a cannon. So be careful if you're a fisherman. I don't do it anymore. I don't need the hassle. No way. But up in, where was this? Lake Marion, which is just up north around Santee area. They captured a 13-foot 625 pounder up there. The hunting season is from September 10th to October 8th. And roughly 300 alligators are killed each season, according to SCDNR. Last year, 309 were taken across the state's 4 regions, about the same number in each region. Jay Bufakowski, DNR's fur bearer and alligator program coordinator, and he said a couple are off then well over 13 feet. I mean, these things are dinosaurs, man. And they scare the living bejesus out of me. Is just going on record of that. Okay, thing tongue-in-cheek here, Deadpool. Chuck Norris on the 12th died at age 82. The American badass, if you know what I mean. Him and Bruce Lee squared off back in the day in a movie. I thought it was fantastic because, you know, any karate movie is cool. I was going to play some music today, but I'm so nervous about the copyright stuff. It's too much. Ramsey Lewis passed away on the 13th, age 87. The guy was jazz pianist extraordinaire and composer. Absolute magic man. Everyone he met, he touched with a thought of kindness and always helping young musicians all over. And for those that are politically inclined, Ken Starr, I don't know if you remember that name, but that's back out of the, I guess, the early 90s. He died on 12th, age 76. He was the special prosecutor that led the Whitewater investigation of then President Clinton. He was key in the impeachment of Clinton, and he passed away after a long illness at the age of 76. Well, that leads us to just about the top of the hour, and it's a good time to make a break now. State news, you know the deal. South Carolina House just passed a new abortion ban with exceptions, of course, for incest, rape, and health, medical reasons. I don't know the details to this. I'm pro-life, so, you know, sue me. South Carolina could become one of the states to tax student loan forgiveness. So if you think you're weaseling out of this thing, going scot-free, but on the other side of that same coin, listen to this. I mean, really, how are they going to collect the money? These kids don't even file their taxes. And even if they're eligible, they don't bother. So, you know, I guess that's where the 87,000 new IRS people are coming, you know, for and from. But, you know, if the kid's got no job, he's living in mom's basement, you know, he's got a master's degree working on his PhD, you know, he's well over $200,000. Do you think 10 grand is going to make a big difference? I don't think so. Listen, folks, don't send your kids to these 4-year institutions. They're corporations. You know, Elizabeth Warren is making, $400,000 for teaching one class per semester. Come on. Are you kidding me? And what is she giving back to society? Those 60 people she talks to are just there for the A or the B or the C. So it costs too much. The books are ridiculous. The cost of tuition is absolutely insane. Nobody, I don't hear anyone on the left. No, I haven't heard one single Democrat scream about the cost of education in this country, higher education. I haven't, you know, you don't hear about the guy that's running the show over there is making multi-million-dollars a year with bonuses. Hey, they have bonuses there now. You know, he may, that university may employ 1,000 people max. I mean, if it's huge. Whereas a corporation, just to give you some contrast, has 8,000 employees. I don't know. Is that fair? They're not going to collect. So I know South Carolina can say that all they want about this. They'll never collect the taxes on that. More on that later show. We'll do some. Okay, I left you off the hook on the national news. Sure, there's no frowns going on out there about that, but Biden was in Detroit today talking about how he's going to save the world with electric vehicles by putting 500,000 charging stations. Unfortunately, they're all going to have to be powered by gas or oil or coal, maybe nuclear. So I did get a chance to drive an electronic vehicle, a Ford Mach-E. It was very cool. I have a whole video. I'll be posting it up on my YouTube page, TalkOne Radio. So check it out. It was kind of fun. Changed my mind about technology, and is it for everybody? I don't think so, because I don't believe that people can afford these things, and I don't think we're ready for it. I think we got the cart way in front of the horse on this deal. Nobody's saying that we should pollute the air forever, but we should take things incrementally. And that's what I say in this video that I'm posting up there. It's about 15 minutes long. It's really, really kind of a nifty little thing. You get to see the inside. I'm driving this thing. I'm narrating. I got an engineer right next to me. That was his car. He recently retired from Ford. But that'll be next time. Next week, we got 2 guests coming on. I don't want to say who it is. I'll give you that once we get them all confirmed up later on through Facebook or messaging of some type. But I want you to take what we looked at today. It had a negative impact on people. So let's, just say a prayer for those people, the person that wrote that, the person that sent it. Just find time to drop a little prayer to the man upstairs and just say, listen, let's even this table out a little bit. I'll see you again next week. It's been great. Thanks for the call-ins. I'm sorry that you couldn't hear me. I'll work on that. I'm a one-man show, so I'm doing the best that I can. And my watchword is always be kind to each other. It's important for everybody. So thanks a lot for joining me. We'll see you again on TalkOne Radio.